Frano Salak is often described as one of the luckiest people in the world. His remarkable life attracted international attention because he reportedly survived a series of dangerous accidents that would normally have ended in tragedy. These extraordinary events included transportation disasters, road accidents, and other life-threatening situations. After surviving so many close calls, he later won a large sum of money in a national lottery, making his story even more unbelievable. Some people consider his life an example of incredible luck, while others question whether every detail is completely accurate. Regardless of different opinions, the story of Frano Salak continues to fascinate readers because it raises interesting questions about chance, survival, and the unpredictable nature of life. Frano Salak was born in Croatia in 1929. He worked as a music teacher for many years and lived a relatively ordinary life before his unusual experiences became widely known. Like many other people, he spent most of his time working, meeting friends, and taking care of everyday responsibilities. Nothing suggested that his name would one day become famous around the world. However, beginning in the 1960s, a series of dramatic incidents reportedly changed the course of his life and earned him the nickname, the world's luckiest unlucky man. Newspapers, television programs, and websites shared his story, introducing millions of people to his extraordinary experiences. According to the most well-known reports, the first major accident happened in 1962, while Frano Salak was traveling by train. The train reportedly left the tracks and fell into an icy river after a serious accident. Many passengers were injured, and several people sadly lost their lives. Salak, however, managed to escape from the damaged train despite suffering injuries. He was rescued from the freezing water and recovered from the incident. For most people, surviving such an accident would have been the most frightening event of their lives. For Salak, it was only the beginning of an incredible series of dangerous situations. Only 1 year later, another reported accident occurred while he was traveling by airplane. During the flight, the aircraft supposedly experienced serious technical problems. According to the popular version of the story, the cabin door suddenly opened and Salak was pulled out of the aircraft. Remarkably, he reportedly landed on a large pile of hay, which softened his fall and saved his life. Meanwhile, the damaged airplane crashed, causing the deaths of several passengers. This dramatic account became one of the most famous parts of his life story because it seemed almost impossible to believe. Several years later, Frano Salak was again involved in a serious transportation accident. This time, he was traveling by bus when it reportedly skidded off the road and fell into a river. Once again, some passengers were unable to survive the accident. Salak, however, managed to swim to safety despite suffering minor injuries. After surviving both train and bus disasters, many people began to wonder whether he possessed extraordinary luck or simply experienced an unbelievable series of coincidences. Stories about his repeated escapes continued to spread both inside Croatia and internationally. The unusual incidents did not end there. During the following years, Salak was reportedly involved in several dangerous car accidents. In one event, his car caught fire shortly after he had stepped out of it. Moments later, the vehicle exploded. In another incident, a mechanical problem caused his car to leave the road before stopping near a deep valley. According to reports, he escaped from the vehicle just before it fell over the edge and burst into flames below. Once again, he survived with only minor injuries while the car was completely destroyed. Another accident involved a collision with a bus while he was driving. Although the impact seriously damaged his vehicle, Salak survived with relatively minor injuries. On a different occasion, he was reportedly struck by a bus while walking, but escaped with only broken bones. These repeated accidents strengthened his unusual reputation even further. People found it difficult to understand how one person could experience so many dangerous situations while continuing to survive almost every one of them. His story soon became a popular example whenever discussions about luck or probability took place. Perhaps the most surprising event in Frano Salak's life happened in 2003. After many years of surviving dangerous accidents, he bought a lottery ticket and won approximately $1 million. This unexpected victory seemed to complete the extraordinary story that had already attracted worldwide attention. Many newspapers described the lottery win as the greatest example of good luck following years of misfortune. Instead of keeping all the money for himself, Salak reportedly shared part of his winnings with family members and friends. Later, he also gave away much of the remaining money because he believed that happiness was more important than wealth. The story of Frano Salak naturally leads people to think about the meaning of luck. Some believe that luck is simply the result of random chance, where unlikely events occasionally happen without any deeper explanation. Others feel that certain people seem to experience unusually fortunate circumstances throughout their lives. Mathematics tells us that extremely rare events can still occur, even if the probability is very small. When millions of people live around the world, it becomes more likely that at least one person will experience an extraordinary sequence of unusual events. Although Salak's experiences appear almost impossible, statistics remind us that rare events sometimes happen naturally. At the same time, some journalists and researchers have questioned whether every detail of Frano Salak's story is historically accurate. They point out that official records for some of the reported accidents are limited or difficult to verify. Over many years, the story has been repeated in newspapers, television programs, and on the internet, where small details may have changed or become exaggerated. This does not necessarily mean that the entire story is false, but it encourages readers to examine extraordinary claims carefully and look for reliable evidence before accepting every detail as historical fact. Whether completely accurate or partly influenced by storytelling, the life of Frano Salak continues to inspire curiosity because it highlights the unpredictable nature of human existence. Most people carefully plan their lives, yet unexpected events can change everything within a few seconds. His experiences remind us that accidents can happen without warning, but they also show the remarkable ability of some people to survive difficult situations. Medical care, quick decision-making, physical fitness, and simple coincidence may all contribute to survival in emergencies. Luck alone may not explain every successful escape. Another reason why Frano Salak remains famous is that his story gives people hope. Many individuals face serious challenges during their lives and sometimes feel that misfortune will never end. Salak's experiences suggest that difficult periods can eventually be followed by happier times. Although his life included many frightening moments, he continued moving forward instead of allowing fear to control him completely. His later lottery victory became a symbol of optimism, even if winning such a prize is extremely unlikely for most people. This hopeful message helps explain why so many readers continue to find his story interesting. Modern media has played an important role in spreading Frano Salak's story across the world. Television interviews, newspaper articles, documentaries, and online videos have introduced his remarkable experiences to new generations. Social media has also helped keep his story alive, as people continue to share articles describing his unusual life. However, the internet also demonstrates how easily stories can grow over time. Repeated retelling sometimes causes facts and legends to become mixed together, making it difficult to separate verified information from popular belief. This is another reason why critical thinking remains important when reading extraordinary stories. Ultimately, the story of Frano Salak continues to capture the imagination because it combines danger, survival, mystery, and hope in a truly remarkable way. Whether viewed as one of history's luckiest men or as the subject of an extraordinary modern legend, his experiences encourage people to think about chance and the unexpected events that shape human lives. Although some parts of his story remain difficult to confirm with complete certainty, its lasting popularity shows that people are naturally fascinated by unusual examples of survival against overwhelming odds. Above all, Frano Silak's life reminds us that the future is impossible to predict, and that even after the darkest moments, surprising opportunities may still appear.